Welcome to another episode of Ruggers. It's our second last episode on the Junior Springboks.
Yes.
They had a good win on the day before yesterday.
Very good win.
Yesterday. A 42-0 against Georgia. Brilliant performance. I think everything we wanted from the Junior Springboks, they displayed it in very difficult wet conditions.
Again, I think next year they must relook at where they're going to be playing this tournament, because all the games were heavy, wet games, good in itself, but obviously hampering different style of rugby.
We've been fighting with SARU for the past 123 years regarding this, saying to them, rather bring it up to Gauteng, where at this stage there's not much rain and everything, but every year same thing, same condition.
So it's a set thing, is it always there? I mean,
it's always there, yeah.
So it's a traditional thing. Anyway, maybe it's time to change. I mean, rotate it and make it a bit more interesting. Anyway, heavy wet game, good performance, much improved performance by the Baby Boks with the so-called B team, although it was a very tight first half still, with Georgia coming to the party, specifically in the first 10 minutes.
The first 10-20 minutes was all Georgia, and I think their inability to score really cost them.
Exactly.
Because they had enough opportunity to take the game away from the Junior Boks early on. Correct.
And but at the end, similar to the previous games, in the second half they unfortunately couldn't keep up the pressure, and then the Boks took over. And some good worked try, very good interplay between the youngsters, and despite the wet ball and the weather, I really enjoyed those tries.
No, they did, and I mean they were very disciplined, and they stuck to their guns, and that was I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
Apart from the forwards, the scrumming performance, I'm more than happy, but we must accept the scrumming performance is a trait in South Africa these days. Our props and that is not what we used to have 20 years ago.
Yes, and it's unfortunate because we struggled against Argentina and we struggled against Georgia, and I think even Uruguay.
We did, yeah.
And we need to look at, well, I don't have the answer. I'm a lock, so I'm not a prop front row, but I used to play lock. But yes, hopefully we can remedy that, because nothing wrong with our backline, players, even those on the bench. It was when I compiled my team for Saturday's final, I actually struggled to decide who to start and who to replace, put on the bench as replacements, because there's very little that separate the boys in terms of their talent.
No, it's brilliant, and I mean, like I said, we saw commitment for the first time, and the guys really played. I'm impressed, I really am.
Definitely.
So, but Saturday, it's Argentina again, their pack of forwards again. So it is going to be difficult, but it is going to be rainy conditions
again.
Yeah, so.
Well, the good thing is they've had plenty of practice now.
Yeah.
In terms of the wet conditions.
Yeah, I think some of the transfallers up there's breaststroke and backstroke is also now in place. But then what we did is we said, okay, now we're going to play Bafana. That's the head coach of the Junior Springboks. And we're going to select a team that we would like to see in the final against Argentina. But point number one, we know Springbok selectors. It's a personal opinion. Yeah, that's our, and we're not going to agree. If I look at your team sheet, we're definitely not going to agree. But yeah, from my side, the side I picked is the pack of forwards is your more physical pack of forwards to get rid of the first 20, 30. The Argentinians will bring you 40, 50 minutes of a physical onslaught. My backs also your more conservative players that can play condition and that can play territory.
Okay.
The second half, all systems go.
Yes, because the Argentine Las Palmitas have some big boys in there.
Yeah, up front, they're good. But they struggled against Uruguay. Uruguay surprised them in the last match.
Yeah, let's not forget, it's been 3 matches in a very quick turnaround time as well. So if they don't have the player depth, they might struggle on Saturday.
Yeah.
All right.
But, number 15.
Mine or yours?
You can start.
Okay. I've got Ken Meaden as number 15. I know he's a fly-off by nature, but I think he did a good job in the yesterday's game. He's a good goal kicker. Every team needs a good goal kicker when it matters, and he came to the party there as well. And so I've got him as number 15.
All right, I've got Quinn Horn. I mean, he was the outstanding fullback the whole year, or the whole festival, or the whole tournament. And he did well starting. His defense is good. He just brings that extra bit of excitement to them.
But now you see, they're typical example. You know, I struggled as well as where to put Quinn, you know. Because once again, he's the centre, is he not?
Yeah.
Traditionally, usually is centre.
Yeah, but Kian is a fly-half.
But, okay, so the fact is, so much talent. Yeah.
No, that's brilliant. I mean, the talent is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, then the wings?
The wings, I've got Kerwin Gertze. No argument there.
Yeah.
In terms of twinkle toes, you know, in terms of his ability to score out of nothing, also to turn a game around, you know, and then obviously he is all over the place and finds himself in the right positions to be able to score. So I put him as my number 14.
And 11?
11, I've got Delvin Blood.
We just switched them around. I've got Delvin at 14 and 11 Kerwin.
Okay.
Agreed 100%. I think because of the injury of Kainan Moody. If Kainan was available, who would have dropped?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably have swapped him with Delvin.
Me too, yeah.
And kept Kerwin as a starter.
Okay, outside centre?
Outside centre, I've got Van Wyk.
Henko, I mean, there's no argument. Henko was standout 13 the whole time.
I mean, I was watching, what was it, our first try or second try?
Second try, yeah.
I mean, it was forward drive, score. There's so many mud on the players, you cannot, and I'm getting up thinking, okay, was this now the flank? Because it looks like the flank.
Yeah.
And it's Henko.
Yeah.
Went and found himself amongst the forwards there, and actually got involved and scored.
Yeah.
So yes, but not just that, he's the overall play the rest of the game.
Brilliant, yeah.
Yeah, got to
Number 12?
Number 12, there I've got Quinn Horn. You know, so I had to find a spot for him there.
Yeah, you see, the problem is I've got Mambo Mkhize because Mambo is your big guy. And he played really well yesterday. I mean, he had, when he carried the ball, he carried with heart and everything, and his defense is very good.
I had him as a starter, Mkhize. Then I said, no, let him put him as a replacement on the bench for impact in the second.
So we're actually not disagreeing. It's just who's starting and who's not starting.
But exactly. So
all right, your number 10.
Number 10, the Hendrikse.
Unfortunately, he's not available because he's already in the camp with the Lions for Saturday.
Okay, well then we'll have to go with your number 10.
Kian Meaden.
Okay. Oh, exactly.
Because Kian Meaden will take up the ball. His foot is 100%, and he'll slot the penalties early on.
There we go. So
all right, number 9.
Number 9, Bradley Davis. I know you're gonna. Let me guess who's your number 9.
Nico Steyn.
Exactly.
Nico played a brilliant game yesterday. He was all over the field yesterday. He's just, again, the starter. He's the guy that can handle the forward punch of the Argentinians and everything. Number 8, I don't think there's any.
No, he's on. Esterhuizen.
Oh, yes. You've got Mr. Hulk there.
Yes.
Right, I've got George Cormier there. I think captaincy and everything. He's a must to the team. But now we're going to sit with a compilation, how we're going to compile the Lucy's, the other two Lucy's.
Well, you see there, I've got George Cronje on number 7.
Yeah.
So I've got him on the flank. So he's still in the mix, and Mouton as my 6.
You see, here we differ completely. I've got Simon Miller and Sasko and Glow.
I know why, because you've been saying all along Miller should not be playing lock.
I personally think, and that's why I'm happy with George also at the back. I think those two will really combine well from the side and the back of the scrum.
But look at this now. So much flexibility in terms of where these players can play.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them. So, which is a good thing. Difficult to decide, and I think Bafana must have had some difficult decisions to make in his team selections.
Yeah.
On the one hand, but on the other hand, it provides lots of opportunity.
All right, your locks.
My locks, there I've got Miss Miller on 4.
Okay.
And then De Leeuw on 5.
All right, I've got Reinhard Roots. He showed yesterday he is an absolutely rock with the physical stuff. And I've got Reinhard Ludwig at 5.
Yeah. See, I've got both of them on the bench for the second half to rotate.
All right, you must just fix your team list there. All right, so yeah, okay, we'll get to the reserves now. And your front row.
Front row. We looked at the combinations for every match, and I thought, that combination, and I try to make my own combination, and I'm by no means an expert in this, just to try and change where the problem seems to be lying. And I've gone for Songwe, Andre Guventer, and number 2, and Weilbach as my number 1.
I think we name all the same players. I've got Shongwe at 3.
Yes.
I've got Jacques Goosen.
Yes.
And Nolan Pienaar had a brilliant game yesterday.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's my starting pack, because initially they were thrashed by the Georgians, and then afterwards they came back.
Oh.
Okay, your back 3, how many? 5-3 split?
Yeah. So I've got in terms of this selection of the rules of this, my nominated 3 will then be on the bench will be Wessels, Goosen and Golden.
Okay, I've got Andre Hugo, because he showed when he came on, he was brilliant. Jan Hendrik, we know, is brilliant carrying the ball.
Yes.
And then Corne, because they're a unit the whole time.
Yeah.
That's what they played. Okay?
True. Okay, then yes, we have the rest is Bobby Alexander.
Okay, your locks?
Locks.
Your last 2.
I said this was Ludwig and Roots as my locks.
Okay, I've got Dylan De Leeuw and Sia Ngize.
Yeah, so we just swapped out.
Okay, in your back 3?
Back 3, I've got, as I said, Bobby Alexander. I've got Ethan James, and I've got Nkize.
Yeah, you're struggling, huh? I've got Bradley Davis. I've got him as because I think he really played well the match on Saturday, was it? Against Argentina, no?
Yes, and he came out in the second half.
Yeah.
Yesterday as well.
And then the fly-off I would pick if we play on the reef in Gauteng, hard grounds fast, would be Sasha.
Ngubuzulu.
Yeah. He was absolutely brilliant. He just, especially in the second half when the game opened up, his kicks through, his hands and everything was brilliant to me. I think Sasha is the pick of the fly halves.
Oh, there you go.
And then because I needed to find space for Ethan James.
Definitely. I mean, Ethan and Cohen and Bobby and those boys. I mean, I've been fortunate to have followed them from my school days.
Yeah. Why?
I wonder why. Maybe I'm an old old gym boy. But anyway, the fact is they played together. They're all good. But as I said, for me it was a struggle to really. They're all so closely.
No, they're close, especially at the Lucy's. Also, I know Simon Miller is a complete. But yeah, according to me, Simon is a 7. He's not a 4. He will not make it as a 4. I think he's not tall enough.
And like I said, I think Reinhard Ludwig is best suited on lock.
On 5, yeah.
Yeah, and then on the side of the scrum.
So taking into account the playing conditions, pattern that we're playing and everything. I think, yeah, that's basically, we don't differ that many. But again, good luck to all the boys. Make us proud. Argentina is going to test us, I think, even more than the previous game. And let's go Bokkies.
Go Bokka.
Thank you. Enjoy.